Greetings! I am CrossKnights, and this is Let's Play Darius, probably just one episode. So here's an explanation for all of this. I've finally got a working way to record PlayStation games now, so that's good. So I've been trying to figure out exactly what I should do. I have an entire list of things I want to at least play. I don't know if I'm going to record all of them, but that includes like Alundra, which is a Zelda-type game. Kagero Deception is happening. That's probably the one I'm actually going to be Let's Playing. Very violent game, but not like a graphically violent game. It's kind of just the concept is really violent. You kill people with traps. But anyway, this is a game that I had always wanted to play because I had a demo disc of it. And I figured as far as a test to just see how a recording goes, I figured this would be a good game to start with. It's just a simple side-scrolling shooter game. Again, I'm probably only going to do one episode. It has a very cool mechanic to it that makes it unique. I mean, I guess the only game that I remember playing a lot of this type on the PlayStation 1 was Einhander, but I never beat that game, and I don't know if that one's interesting enough to actually play. I don't think there's a lot of people who actually want to view this type of game anyway, but we're experimenting with things. So, I mean, I don't know too much about even the story or anything. In fact, I don't remember ever watching this cutscene in the demo disc, but there certainly seems to be a lot of fish robots. It does have, two-player co-op, but I've never played on two-player co-op. So yeah, let's just do it. It just says Darius, but the background thing is actually a G. Man, THQ, I think that company went out of business like 5 years ago, didn't it? I seem to remember that. It was a big THQ sale. Yeah, let's see how this goes. This is great, because I was waiting to get a new capture card to record PSX games, and I guess I don't need to now with this thing. So that's excellent. But yeah, the crux of this game that makes it different than a lot of other games of its type is that you can capture enemies and use them for your own purposes. So boom, I just captured that guy that was coming against me. You notice that two versions of it have spawned next to me and are now fighting for me. Now I can get rid of them at any time, either by doing that, or there's a much cooler way that I can do things with them. So I just grabbed an axe. So now there's guys spinning around me. If I wanted to get rid of them in a much cooler fashion, you hold a different button, and it converts them into energy. Now you can also capture mid-bosses, but I didn't end up doing that. So you notice there was a thing that said A and B. That actually changes where you go in the stage. Since I was above or below, I don't know. I think I might have actually ended up on the below one, oddly enough. Yes. I'm going down into the water. If I had gone up, I would have gone to a different place. There would have been different enemies, different scenery. Which, I don't know. It adds variety, because this is a game that's, like, it branches off. Let me capture someone. It's been too long since I haven't anyone. These guys are coming from behind, too, which I don't like. It's a game where, like, I mean, there's limited continues and everything, but you always start on the first stage, and then at the end, there's more branching paths, and you get to decide which stage to go on. But you will always go to the first stage, so I like that in the first stage, there's different varieties of things that you can do. Actually, this guy looks huge. I wonder if I can sneak up behind him and... Yep, got him. Oh! So this guy looks like he runs around and slams into people. And it's a one-hit death system, but you can... One of these colored power-ups, I think it's the purple one, but I don't remember, gives you a shield, so then you can take more than one hit. So that's what's happening with that. Also, some of the other power-ups, like I'm shooting 3 times the forward missiles than I was before because of the power-ups. So it's definitely good to get as many colored thingies as you can. So is that shield? I don't even know. Alright, sub-boss is coming. Or the actual boss. This is not a sub-boss. I believe this is the giant fish robot from the intro, actually. Alright. So he has different parts of him that are vulnerable. You cannot capture the boss, which is probably obvious. Let's just try to avoid... Oh! Okay, I just got hit repeatedly. I'm probably really vulnerable now. So these blue ones I can actually shoot away from there. I knocked away part of his armor, now he's more vulnerable. He'll take damage in different parts. Now I think... Does he shoot missiles that I can capture? He might. Oh god. Might be able to capture... Yes, alright, good. It's very important that I have something captured. Alright, because watch this. This is the coolest part of the game. At some point, most bosses will shoot a gigantic beam at you. And if you shoot a beam at them by converting whichever enemy you caught into energy and hit the button, like the shoot button, a whole bunch of times, you can counter them. Like, I'm actually going to go down here to Gamma, because no reason, just deciding to do that. Alright. Alpha Zone is over, going into Gamma Zone. So I didn't die that time, that's great. I only practiced this like twice, too. Whee! Alright, it looks like it was recording well. Good, I'm excited. I can do this. Yeah, so what... I'm trying to remember the other games in my list. And besides this one, I mean, I always wonder about the ethics of emulators to an extent. I don't really worry about the ethics when I own the damn game in another form. Like, I have all the discs, but... So... yeah, Kagero Deception. You've probably never heard of it. That's one of the reasons damn it. I think it'll be interesting to record it, because I don't think a lot of people know about it. Come on. No, you're not who I wanted. Damn it. I wanted that little sub-boss. Let me just capture something else real quick. One of my issues with this game, though, is that if you die, you're often left so vulnerable that it is very easy to die again. But that's how most of these shooters work, where you get power-ups, like they're one hit, and then you get power-ups, and then you're back down to nothing, and it can be very hard to, you know, regain what you had. Yeah. This is interesting. I don't think I ever picked Gamma before. I always go to Beta, because, you know, it makes sense to go after that next. But, yeah, I'm going diagonally up. It's kind of a cool effect. Yeah, well, he left. And yeah, a lot of the... Alright, well, there's my first continue. When you continue for the first time, though, they do give you some power-ups. So what was I even saying? Yeah, Kagero Deception I own, Alundra I own. That's another one I'm thinking about playing. I wanted to do like one episode. Let's go top. I was gonna do one episode of a fighting game called Evil Zone, just because it was such a weird game. It was all based on, like, each character is based on like an anime stereotype. And it's a fighting game, but it's like one of the simplest fighting games ever. Like, it's the type of fighting game you would play with someone who doesn't know how to play fighting games, which is fun. But, you know, there's not that much interest, I think, in people watching, like, someone play, like, the storyline of a fighting game. You know, against AI, for God's sake. So there was that. There's probably just going to be one episode. Oh, God. I've never fought this boss before, so I don't quite know what to expect. Is it all giant fish? Was anyone paying attention to the story? What's with all the giant fish? All the robot fish. I don't get it. Oh, God. That laser hit me square on. Alright. Oh, God. What even is to me? Oh. Oh, those lasers, after they shoot over, they shoot down. Alright, I'm caught up. Should have been caught up from the beginning, but I was not. I should have, when I was checking the recording, I should have just looked at my list of games. I'm playing Castlevania Symphony of the Night, but that is, that's Konami, and Konami is not a Let's Play friendly... Like, you think Nintendo's not friendly to Let's Play? Konami's on a whole new level. Like, Nintendo, I have a lot of Nintendo games on my channel. I don't think they care about the 20-year-old games. As far as I know, I think Konami does. Great. I'm not... Oh my God, I captured it. Holy crap. Oh God, I kind of want to convert it into a beam before it dies, because I believe... What? I believe the bigger the enemy, the bigger the beam. Oh no! See, that's why I wanted to convert... I should have converted to a beam while I was talking about it, because I knew I was going to die. Oh God. And, you know, bullet hells aren't the best for Let's Plays, partially just because, well, I died. I think I'll try it one more time, just because that... How much was that? Like 10 minutes? They're not the best because they require a large amount of concentration, at least for me, anyway. And, I mean, talking decreases concentration. Let me just peruse my list really quick while I restart it. Alright, so it was Crash Bandicoot. I would love to play those games again. I haven't booted those up in forever. Then I never played the first one, though, so... I mean, if I want to go with my thing of only playing the games that I own due to a moral code, I want to be able to play the first Crash Bandicoot, but I can play the second two. Spyro Year of the Dragon. And I say Spyro Year of the Dragon, I think, is the third game in the Spyro series, but I think I would play it because it is the best game in the Spyro series, and I feel like probably be fine just to play that one, because it's so good. I love it. And it's just so much better than the first Spyro game. Alright, let me see if I can do this. Shoot at his thing. Ah! Got him. I got the sub-boss. No, I wanted to go up, not down. Oh well. This sub-boss is amazing, though. Look at this crab. It has gigantic homing missiles. I really wanted to go up, not down, though, to show the branching path system. To the point where I might... Wait, is it going up? It did go up. I think what side you end up on is actually determined by how long you are in... you are either above or below that line, as opposed to how long... like, as opposed to what side you're on at the end, essentially. Oh my. Boss is coming up. Or wait, is this a different sub-boss? Maybe it is. I think I'm gonna keep Missile Phil for as long as possible. It's hard for me to get the power-ups, though, because my mind is, like, taking this entire fish conglomeration as, yeah, okay, you can definitely capture this guy. I remember getting him once. But I think I'm just gonna kill. And you can only get him if you pick the upper path. I was gonna not get him because, I had the other thing, but, let's see. Uh-oh. So hopefully he doesn't fly away before I can get him. Oh, I can get him now. I can get him now. I blew him up! I captured him and accidentally blew him up! Oh my god. That sucks. I hit the capture button twice, that's how you do it. That's terrible. But yeah, okay, so, Front Mission 3. Front Mission 3 is a tactical, turn-based RPG. It is amazing. I love it. It is one of my favorite games. You fight in gigantic mechs. It has a pretty good story, if I remember right, that has multiple branching. It branches in two different ways. It's weird. Like, they ask you this seemingly innocent question at the beginning of the game, and depending on what you answer, changes the entire game. I don't think I'm going to worry about beam countering him this time. I'm just going to blast him. Or I might still be able to beam counter him because I can capture a missile like last time. Wow, that went on for a while. Can I capture these guys? I can. Holy crap. Alright. What is this guy even doing for me? This missile. Doesn't look like he's doing anything. Damn it, it blew up. The missile physically touched him and died. Well, I don't have any defense against this guy this time. Ah, it didn't matter, he died. But, yeah, Front Mission 3, eventually I want to do it. It's really good. If you found a copy of it, or just find a way to play it, I recommend it if you like turn-based RPGs. In the same vein, Final Fantasy Tactics, the only reason I'm a little bit trepidatious of that is I just know what a mass undertaking that game is. It's huge, but I've thought about playing it for a long time. It was just an issue of getting a capture card so I could record it. Plus my disc was, like, scratched to hell. That's always was my biggest fear of getting a disc and just have it being scratched and then, like, it not working on the final boss or something. Which almost happened with Xenogears, by the way. I don't know if anyone remembers or watched, like, my ridiculously long LP of Xenogears, but there was a boss where if you did a certain move, my game froze. And my roommate also had a copy of the disc, and I tried their copy and the same thing happened. It was actually a glitch with using Xenogears with PlayStation 2. So I just had to keep on fighting to the boss, hoping I could beat him before I used that move, and on, like, the 5th try I was able to do it. But otherwise I would have had to, like, stop the LP, which would have been terrible at that point, because I was, like, 40 parts in. But yeah, probably less risk of that happening with this, but it could be more risk, actually, because, you know, emulations have its own quirks that can't always be accounted for when being ported over to something. We're gonna go top. Where the dragons are. What else? And I realize this game, a lot of this is just me, like, announcing I'm probably gonna be doing PS1 games again. So, you know, that's what that... just like Evil Zone, Rival Schools I might do an episode on, just because that is one of my favorite fighting games, and not a lot of people heard it. It's It's really good. It was made by Capcom. The guys who made probably the most famous 2D fighting game. Did I say 3D fighting? I mean, it's like technically 3D, but it plays like a 2D fighting. I guess most of them do, the one-on-one fighting games. God, these guys are just messing me up, aren't they? Damn it. I don't think I'm going to get to the boss of whatever beta stage is. Can't even look over at my list. I actually put it up on the screen so I didn't have to memorize it. Everyone screw off! Ugh. That should give me some cover for a little bit. Definitely helped me get through that volley for sure. What are you gonna do for me? Ooh! Pfft. I was hoping he'd act as a kind of shield. He did not. Ooh. You can get one of these dragon things again. Nope. Pfft. Oh my god. Terrible. Did I accidentally blow that guy up? Or do I still? I think I accidentally blew him up. Grenstream Saga I'm not sure about. I just want to play it again. I played through it once. I got it cheap. But I don't know. I'm probably not going to Let's Play that when I think about it. Tenchu 1, one of my favorite games. I Let's Played Tenchu Fatal Shadows, if you want to check that out. That was for the PlayStation 2. It is the 4th game in the Tenchu series. I thought it'd be interesting to play the first one, even though, by today's standards, it is, like, objectively horrible, because the controls are not good. But at the time, oh boy. Concentrate. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Oh, lost concentration for a split second. No, I can't talk. I can't talk. Oh my god. Alright. It's okay, because I'm not a crow. I'm glad I'm better than a crow. I'm a silver swan. So yeah, and then Vandal Hearts. Vandal Hearts is also a turn-based strategy game. I think it has a pretty great story. I remember really enjoying it. I haven't played that because I lent it to someone who then told me that their house was broken into, and among the items stolen were the game that I lent them. I don't know if that's true. At that point, I wasn't going to play it anymore, so I didn't question it. And then Medieval. Medieval's a 3D action game where you play as a resurrected warrior who's basically just a skeleton at this point, named Sir Daniel Fortescue. Definitely want to play that, unless the controls are way worse than I remember. But yeah, those are the games I'm thinking of for PlayStation 1. If anyone has any PlayStation 1 games that they think they'd like to see me play, tell me. That is by no means any guarantee that I'm going to play it. But you never know. I mean, I forget things. And, you know, maybe eventually I'll be able to figure out a way to emulate PlayStation 2 also, because I own so many games I want to play. It's just it's been on hold because I don't have a good capture card. So, it'd be cool to finish Bouncer maybe. I don't know. I think for that though, I'm probably just going to wait until I can get a capture card. But, you know, this should tide me over for a year or so. Keep me playing a bunch of the old games I've been able to play forever. Alright, I am CrossKnights. Thank you to all those who have supported me by watching me and by going to my Patreon. And I'm looking forward to playing Kagero. It's a violent game, though, but I love it. It's fun, and it's unique. And I don't know any other game series that kind of does the things that it does, so... Alright, later.